what is my strategy? What is the secret sauce? It is incredibly simple. It is elementary, if you will. I truly just trade with trend lines and some support and resistance. The trend lines are going to be the meat of the strategy. The support and resistance gives me just some added confirmation, some added confidence about my positions. So let's get into how I would get into a trade based on my strategy. I always use trend lines. I'm going to come in with 1 touch point, 2 touch points here. And this is Platinum. This is a great example. Platinum has been just respecting these trend lines to a T. Absolutely beautiful price action here. We've got 1, 2, 3, almost 4 touch points here on this upward trend line. I would get into this position only because a trend line was broken. So we'll just say, for example purposes, we've got 1, 2, 3 touch points on this downward trend line, 3 touch points on this downward trend line, and then boom, we've got a break of a trend. I would take a long position here. Now we are following up. We're going up, 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 up. I would stay in this position for as long as the trend is happening. So a lot of people will ask me, where do my take profits go? When I get into a position, I don't know how long the price is going to trend in this direction for. I don't actually have take profits. So when I get into my position, I am truly just trying to stay in for the entirety of the move, the entirety of the trend. And my indication for when it is no longer trending in that direction is when price breaks that trend. So the price of Platinum was trending upward along this line from December 7th all the way until January 2nd. Did I know January 2nd was going to be the day that Platinum no longer trended up? I don't. No. So I will close my position and take my profit when the price of Platinum is no longer trending along the current trend that I'm in. This is also an excellent place for an entry. Closing my position or even considering reversing my position. Now let's look for another downward trend. I'm going to take this downward trend line. We've got point A and point B here. Now, this is another trend where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points here. Excellent. 4 touch points. I'll take it all day. We had a break of an upward trend line. Now we've got a new downward trend line. Let's try to stay in for the entirety of this move, the entirety of this trend. Did I know that the price of Platinum was going to trend down from January 2nd all the way to January 18th? No. So when I get into this short position, I get into it allowing the trend to play out for its entirety. I don't know how long it's going to trend along it, but I want to stay in for as long as I can. I want to collect as much profit as I can. Now, I'll never reach these highs and these lows, but I will be able to get at least the meat of the trend. I'll be able to get in for the majority of that price movement, the majority of that trend. What gets me in and what gets me out is going to be the trend line. So what got me into this short position was the break of an upward trend. Now I'm in a short position. What's going to keep me in this trade? If price can continue along the downward trend that it is now following along, I'm going to stay in. So you can think of this downward trend line as my trailing stop. If the price continues along this downward trend, I am going to stay in this trade. But as soon as it breaks, which it did here on January 18th, I am closing my position and taking my profits. That is essentially my strategy in a nutshell. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.